somebody play around with JavaScript and get excited about it.
There we
I've
go.
never seen, like, I don't even know anything about coding, but I'd like to learn. So little by
Okay.
little, you know.
So that
But my
should
husband,
work.
he's graduating with his computer science degree this year, so he does a lot of the, but I think he does more like C and C++ maybe.
There
I
we
don't
go.
know.
You guys are on my headset, so now you guys can actually hear what I am saying.
What are your
Hello, this is Out of
OB?
Control. Hello,
Hello.
Solid. Hello, Brittany. Sorry you guys couldn't hear me before.
Hello.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to do a shout out to a couple people here.
Making a bot. That's cool. What's Meep?
What's Meep?
Yeah.
So I have a friend, and she is all about.
Meep?
Yeah, so that command is
Ah.
literally made for her.
Ah. So what is that? A little cartoon's name is Meep?
Yes, and that
Oh,
is
I never
from
heard of it.
it's from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh.
We're gonna shout out Lexi for stopping in. Brittany, I have been going absolutely crazy. Um, I have been nonstop driving or sleeping. This is the first downtime that I've had in a long time.
Oh, that's nice.
And we're making you code.
Yes.
That's so funny. But isn't that funny, like, when you really enjoy something like that, that you want to do it, like, because it's fun and interesting and challenging? Like, I think that's why coders like what they do, because it's a challenge.
So
It is a
I
challenge, and it can be
have to
aggravating.
get.
It can be
Maybe you're a
very
little bit
aggravating.
sadistic in that way, or like, what's the word? Like gluttons for punishment or something.
Oh, come on. Well, this thing can do the right shout out code. Not add anything to it so we can get a shout out to Shadow.
Let's
Why am
go.
I not hearing any audio from my shout outs and stuff? That is weird.
Well, now it's become fixing a bot.
Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, so
With that statement, I really need to go to bed. I got 6 a.m. is going to come extremely early.
right.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, good
Okay,
night.
talk to you
Later,
soon.
Joel.
This is why
Bye.
this is why I
Bye.
can't hear anything on my headset. There we go. Now I should be able to hear all my shout outs and everything. Okay, so we're gonna go back to multi-screen. And then I am actually gonna add a source. We are going to do video capture device, add existing camera. There it goes. Holy crap, that's huge. We don't want that. We're gonna put me down here in the corner. Apparently that's still a little too big. There we go. Now you guys can see me. Okay.
There
So
you
let's
go.
see.
Let's go.
Oh, sorry about that, Brittany. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. So for those of you that are new here, we are going to make a Discord bot. One of the things we are going to do is, oh, Renee's got 30 seconds left on her ads. Um, we are going to pull Discord.js. We are not going to do npm install. we are going to go to GitHub and grab the source that way. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I do not need any of the extra crap that they make you have for the Node.js, and I want to deploy this on multiple servers. So I'm going to go here to the code. I'm going to download the zip. I'm going to download it to my desktop. Then there we go. We're going to get rid of that because we no longer need that. We're going to go to the guide and the docs. So that way you guys can follow along and see why I am actually doing what I'm doing with the code. So, oh, that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over here. We're going to minimize our Discord because we don't need to see that anymore. So discord.js is right here. As you can see, my desktop is a mess. We're going to extract it right here, but I want to use 7-zip, so I'm going to go to 7-zip. I'm going to extract to this. There, now we've got the skeleton of our bot that we're going to have. So we've got all this fun stuff here. Now to test it, I also need to make sure I install Node.js on my system. So I'm going to go here to download. I'm going to do the Windows installer. I'm going to save it. As it scans it. There it goes. And I'm going to install it. Blah, 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 blah. I've already read all this before. If you are like me, I actually read the fine print because sometimes there's some stuff hidden in there that you don't always want to agree to. So I am going to change the drive that Node.js is installed on. I want to install it on my D drive, which is my gaming drive. And I do not want it in a folder called program files. So there we go. Rage, hey, how's it going, man? Rage is watching from Kick. And we want to install all of this
What do you
stuff.
mean? How is he watching from Kick?
I actually stream on 5 platforms. I'm on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, Trovo, and YouTube all at once.
What?
Yes.
Is this the
See?
lady with
Oh.
the
See it?
moniker Meep?
Meep. So if you look over here in my second screen, you'll see
He's
all of
on
my
the
platforms.
Space Needle.
You'll see all of my platforms right here. I've got
And
Facebook,
OBS is doing that?
Trovo,
Or.
Kick. I use Restream.io.
Holy shit.
So I only have to
But
stream
how
to one
does.
source and it sends it to there. But it also, if you look over here, it shows all of my chat from all of my platforms.
In the one place?
Yep.
Like Rage is on Kick, but we see his chat here.
Well, he's on Twitch and Kick, but Restream puts his chat into Twitch. Brittany, I know you have an account on Kick Rage.
That's so interesting.
So what it does is Restream takes all of the chat and copies it over to any of the platforms that allow it. So I believe YouTube comments, Twitch, and Facebook all allow me to retweet or redo the chat to each of those platforms. So even though the chat's coming in off of a different platform, everybody can see it on Twitch. And that's all handled through the Restream bot. So let's see. Brittany, I don't know. And yes, I do plan on taking care of that Minecraft server for you. So actually, you know what? I guess people can watch that if they want real quick while I do this for you so people can see how quickly and easy it is to manage a Minecraft server. Um, Okay, so we are going to go to let's see. Okay, so let's see. We do not want this one. We want this one. Okay, and then so let's see. She wanted me to update to the. Yep, I'm gonna look for that real quick. Let's see. Discord. We're gonna go into private messages. And um, so Brittany, this is a Forge pack. That's the only one they have available, and they don't have the light. So I can do it, but I'd have to manually do it. Did you want the fabric or the forge? I know that, but did you want the um fabric or the forge? So Java, Bedrock. Because I can manually install. Based on that, I can go over here and I can go into the files and my plugins, so I can manually install. Forge is fine. Okay, and you want the Java, obviously, and then go to the mod pack installer. And we want, yes, the server name will be the same. It only gives me Crazycraft updated to do the mod pack, and that's on 1.16.5. To do light, I will have to manually install via the mod pack or via the mods installer. So that I'd have to go in here and manually FTP over to it.
Hey everyone!
Hey, just
Check
checking
this
in.
out!
My HM fam is checking in.
Thank you for that check-in, Rage. So plugin list, and now I have to go over here. We're gonna go Crazy Craft updated light. On CurseForge. So let's see. Oh, okay. It says highly recommend playing the normal version. So this is for, this is only for 1.165. View all game versions. Yeah. So they recommend playing the original. Yes, you will have op. Everything will be the same. The only thing that'll change is the mod pack. So they recommend playing the original if you can. So we'll just go over here, go back. We're going to do advanced, mod pack installer. And we're going to look for Crazy Craft. Crazy Craft. So before we actually install this mod pack, we'll do apply. We're not going to delete all the server files. We want everything to stay the same except for the mod pack. So we're going to just update it. We'll find out if it lags in a second. On the next server startup. So that right there says that I got to do this. I have to go back. I have to do restart. And while we're doing that, we're going to go to the console so that we can watch it doing it. So as you can see, it's installing all the mods that it needs for Crazy Craft. While we're doing that, I'm going to go back over here to this screen. And we got our Discord bot, right? So this has a lot of stuff in here. So these are the apps for the website. This is the packages. The patches. There's a lot of information in here. This is all NPM packaging. So what we want is we want the, who disconnected? I don't know who disconnected. I hope that wasn't me. Oh, okay. Out of control. Disconnected the VC. Okay. So here you see there's a lot of different things. This is the discord.js. This is the source. So this is the basis of discord.js. There's different scripts you can use. So if we look at the base source of it, right? We come in here and I don't think I have Atom installed, which is unusual. Okay, so we'll just open it in Notepad for now so you can see that. Hello, welcome back again. So we're gonna open with Notepad. Spam emails, I hate that.
I just got here. How did I get welcomed back? I'm confused.
Well, you've been in this chat before.
No. I've been gone for 6 months. I haven't been in this chat.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I'm curious because I didn't realize who that was.
You just threw my entire plan off because I was gonna come in and like yell, "What's up, Spokane bitches?" And then you're just like, "Welcome back." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Well, I mean,
Threw
6
off
months is still 6 months. You're still back.
technically. You know what? I'll give it to you. Technicality, I applaud it.
Okay. So, like we could see on this screen here, this is a lot of information right here.
I see nothing, which is
Um,
concerning. Are you sharing your screen?
I am on Twitch, Trovo, Facebook. Oh, you know what? The heck with it. I will share with Discord too.
I didn't know that's what was happening. I thought that we were just hanging out in here. I'm sorry. Like I just wanted to come in and like mess with Solid and everybody. You're good. I'm about to pop out anyway.
Oh, you're good.
I
You're
just
good.
didn't.
You can stick around. I'm actually coding a brand new bot for Wikimundo. It'll
Cool.
be a Discord bot, but it's gonna have modules that are going to be failovers. So any one of the modules can take over if one of the other modules fail. And I'm also doing a threaded shard to where I can run this on multiple servers at the same time, so that the bot never goes down because the bot is going to have multiple purposes. We're going to be connecting with Twitch to offer channel point redeems, also to track stats, so that way anybody that is within Waco Mundo, when they are supporting another person, it's going to be tracking view time, stuff like that, to kind of like hold some more accountability for showing support for people. So that's just some of the small functionality of it.
Definitely sounds interesting, but I do have to go. But I will pull you up on my phone and keep that tabbed because that sounds very interesting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Too complicated for my tiny brain, but I get what you're trying to do, and I can't wait to see it.
Okay, so
So
I am actually going to go over here and install Atom because I cannot stand looking at Notepad anymore after programming in Atom.io for so long. Yeah, I know that you're archiving Atom. I don't care. I want to keep Atom though. These versions of Atom will stop using. Okay. Revoke the exposed certificates. Okay, so I don't want GitHub Copilot. Download a previous version of Atom. There we go. 1.60. Atom setup. That is what I want. Beautiful. So we're going to save that to the desktop. Wait till it finishes loading. Oh, you guys can only see one screen in Discord. Oh, geez. That is, wow. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, so Node should be installed. So we're going to drop that in the recycling bin. We're going to go over here. Yes, it is. Node.js. Beautiful. Okay, so we want Node.js command prompt. Yay. So we are going to go to CD to the D drive. Ha. What was that noise? Oh, Natasha. Hello. Thanks for following. Oh, you know what? I am on Windows, not. Oh, I'm so used to being on Linux for this that I'm not used to it. Okay, so Node.js, I'm okay with that. So now we're going to do new project. So we don't have to do all this crap. We're going to do this. We're going to go over here and we're going to go open a new window. We're going to do new folder. Uh, Okay, so apparently I have a bot on Kick. And Twitch. So block. Yes, I am doing a new project. I'm creating a new bot. Natasha. Okay, so we're gonna do HM bot. So that way there's a new thing there. And then I'm gonna to HM bot. Okay. So in this folder, we want to npm install discord.js. It's going to grab everything we need to make the bot. I am not a graphics designer. And yes, Lexi, I know I got some spam. Bloop. Now I need to go in and actually manage it on Twitch. So console says it is oh, I gotta delete the world. I gotta create a new world for it. Okay, so back. So now that we've done that, we're gonna create a new world. And we're gonna call this one we're gonna stop the server first. Stop the server. We're gonna create a new world, and this one will be the crazy craft. We'll call the world. And we will save it. Then we start the world and go to the console. So now it's got Crazy Craft, and we're generating a whole brand new world for it. Oh, you know what I should do? I gotta go make sure that my domain, I forgot to renew my domain. Account, domain management. Renew. That might help. So we're gonna do 1 year. Continue to billing. I have to mute that screen for a second. while I actually put in my billing information. Ugh. Okay, and now we bring the screen back. There we go. So now that that's renewed, I don't have to worry about it. And okay. Still creating the new world. Atom is downloaded, so we're going to go over here to downloads. We're going to set up Atom. Beautiful. There's my Atom. I love my Atom. Node modules. Okay, so let's go check out that Twitch and Kick spam real quick. Make sure I block that because I do not need that crap going on with my streams. And I don't know who I have as a mod that would be on right now, if anybody.
Yeah, it shows you got 0 mods on.
Right. So, my chat. I don't even remember who the heck that was. Agent, out of control, solid shadow. Ad break. Sorry for ads, Brittany. Okay. So in here, you guys can see that there is a lot of stuff going on for the code. So this is the Discord JS. Has a lot of stuff going on in here. This is the distribution. Always. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to close welcome. We're going to close telemetry. So here you can see that there is a lot of stuff. This code right here is the same exact code as what I had installed on my desktop. So if I go here and go add folders, I can go over to my D drive, Node.js, select folder. Now you see all of the stuff that was in there is now here. So I can open up any of the different things that I need for it. Oh, that's Node.js. I don't want Node.js. Delete folders. I want to.
Is this the lady with the moniker Meep?
Meep? Yes, it'll be the same server name with the same numbers, Brittany. Remove project folder. There we go. Add folders. There we go. That's why I had to go over here to a Gembot. Select folder. Now you can see the bot. So this code right here is the same as if I had go to the desktop and add this folder and the packages. So all these ones are the same. So if I compare them side by side, right? Say I go to Discord.js packages, right? I go to source and index.js, right? Now if I grab this and I put them side by side, see how they're completely different? It's because this one up here in the Discord.js, this one is the compiled version of the entire package for this. So it includes everything from here to here compiled in to the Discord.js. So if we open this one and put it side by side, same exact code. So this is the hidden stuff that's included in the package. This is the actual package. And this actual package is the same as the actual package on my desktop. So this is what we're going to be using. So if we go over here to show you how Discord.js works, we npm'd installed. Now we need to go back to the command prompt and we need to you can use any one of these 4 things. So we're going to yarn add discord.js. I don't have yarn installed, right? pnpm add discord.js. I don't have it. So as you can see, I have the basic node. So it's this first command here. I don't have yarn, pnpm, or bun. Right? So I might have to go over to Node.js and add those so you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to go minimize this again. We're going to go over to here. We're going to go to Node.js. Inside Node.js, oh. See, I'm not used to developing on Windows. Most of the stuff that I do is on Linux systems. So I've got to kind of work with this. Brittany, it says it won't work unless it's the Crazy Craft updated light. Okay, it won't be. Oh, Brittany, you have to have the same mod pack installed through CurseForge. So if you go into CurseForge, you know, right, and we're gonna go. Thank you. I know. Close it. And we're gonna go to mod packs and we're gonna search for it and we're gonna do Crazy Craft. Crazy Craft updated. So this is the one you want. And you just click install. So you have the light. We want the original. And it'll go through and install all of the packs that you need. And then it should work. You know, you can, well, you might not be able to, but you can run the server versions of these yourself from your computer as well. There's different ways to do it, but all you have to do is enable people to connect to you, and then you can play at the same time as them if you want to test out new packs. So this is taking a little while to install. So we'll minimize that while it installs, and we're going to go close Atom for a second, and we are going to I gotta remember how to add yarn and all that for Node.js on Windows. Yarn. Node.js. Okay, so Yarn's just the different package manager. I already have. I'm not worried about that. So that's just the commands that. This is based on the package manager that you're using. I don't need that. So, as you can see, there's some examples here that you need. One of the big things is the first thing you got to do is go to the Discord developers portal. I have a whole ton of applications. You have to create your own. So like right now, I have a redeem bot for Wacomundo and the Wacomundo bot. So this one here is going to be just what's going to be handling the redeems for your experience and stuff like that. We're going to create a new application. We're going to name it Um, and we'll just call it WacoBot for now. And we're going to do this as we'll do it under Twisted Cax Gaming. Create. So now that I have that all set, I can go ahead and set pictures, whatever I want, for the bot that'll show up in Discord. Now that you have all that, it's going to want to add certain information. So this is registering a slash command, and this is creating the bot, right? So that code right here can go into come on, HMBot, right? And we're going to do new text document, and this one's going to be index.js, right? Because we know this is, so we're going to open that with Atom. Oh, don't show the welcome guide. I don't need that. Where's that? Close. Okay. So as you can see from here, right, it says to register that. And this is the bot. So if you actually do the actual app to test it, you're going to need to create the different files. So this is registering the slash command. Okay, so that's the client ready. What does that? If interaction is constant commands, rest, we want constant client, 10 bits guild, console log. So here's your guide. So we already installed the Node.js, right? Preparing the essentials. Oh, that's one thing we forgot. We forgot to npm space initialize. Package name, hmbot, version 1.0, description, bot for Waco Mundo, functionality, entry point index.js, test command, run test, git repository, none, keywords, author, license, oh, and license is similar to Ugh. So we wanted to say that. So it's okay. There we go. So now it initialized that folder. Gave it the information it needed. As you can see, we don't need that. Do-do-do-do. So depending on how you do it, for the code editor, you can use Visual Studio, Sublime. Atom used to be in here. So we want to install the linter. So we're going to come back over here. And what that does is that'll make it so that all of our code is properly taken care of. So we want to take this code right here, and we're going to copy it. And we're going to create in the base directory. So right here, we want to create a new text document. And we're going to name it that .eslint.rc.json. Oh, I did not want .xt. eslint.rc.json. And we're going to go open with Notepad's fine for now. We're going to paste that file, save, and close it. There we go. So now we have the linter installed, so that way you're good to go. So these rules, we need to close that. These rules are your basic rules. So if we take this file here, we go ahead and put it in here. This is the very basic, very quick way to set up the different rules. So that way it parses everything and spaces everything the way that we need it to do. We're going to close. So we already did the linter. Setting up a bot application. Okay, we already set up the developer portal. We click new application. We got a whole new bot, right? Your bot's token. Do not ever give it away. So after you create it, you have to, keep that a secret because you don't want everybody parading around as your bot. So creating your bot, you want config.json, right? So we're going to create a new folder or a new text document. All of your configuration is going to go in this. So this is just one option that it's going to show you. All right. So config.json, and it is always going to be formatted. Goes pretty good. Goes pretty good. I appreciate that out of control. So this is just, showing you little bits right now. So we're going to actually add this folder real quick. We're going to go back over here to D drive, HMBot, select folder. Now that's going to show all of my files that I'm working on. So as you can see, I got my ESLint, my config, and my index. Right? You can set environment variables. I do not like it. The reason why is because that means that on every single environment, you have to set it up. It's okay to do. So like you can do .env. If you do that, install the .env package. What that does is that creates a composed environment where you can use key value like this. It does make it a lot easier than trying to format your config file like this. So for every config you have to add it like this, to where you got your key to your value. If you mess any of this up doing it, so if you put a comma here, you should always have another key value pair after it. You can compress the arrays to where you can do key and then do another array within it. That's how you create a dynamic database for configuration. For right now, we're going to keep it simple and keep it like that. So we're not using GitHub right now or any of those. So creating your main file. So the first thing you're going to do is open your code editor, index.js. You can name it whatever you want, but that's the launch file. This is the base code to get you started, no matter what, always. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to come over here to index.js, and bam. Now you have a bot. It may not work. It may not do much, but at least it's there. What this will do is let you know that it can connect to your server and that it is logged in. So now that you have that, sorry. Now that you have your everything set, right? And we have our base application. Oh, I don't want to save as, I want to save all. There. Okay. Now that you have your base application, I'll do this because I can change the token later. And, obviously I'm not worried about you guys getting access to that while I'm doing this. So over here in the Discord thing, right? You've got your application ID, stuff like that. You got OAuth, and then you got bot. This bot is where you want to be. This is how you change the name and do all that kind of stuff like that. Your authorization flow this is how you change it to what you can do. What is that? Floating down. You have to tell it what information you expect to share. So once your bot reaches 100 or more servers, you have to do your presence intent. Server members intent. This is required to receive all events listed under guild members. So for like guild members, when a new member joins, they're updated, or they leave, any of that kind of stuff, you need to have those intents. Those are privileged, and you need to have them. So here we're going to say, I intend to have a presence on every server that it's installed on. I intend to deal with the members because I need their information. And message content. I need to be able to read the messages that are going to the bot so it knows how to respond. And then you hit save changes. This little thing right here creates a show user ID Snowflake. That's my user ID. That's too funny. So this information here is this little thing where it says bot permissions. This does the bit math for you so that way you can add it to your server when you invite it. So now to get the bot working correctly to show that it is available, we're going to go reset the token. Yes, do it. Now I use Authy so that nobody can, hack into my Discord developer account and take it over since I have a lot of apps in there. So this changes every 30 seconds. So if I'm not fast enough, it'll what the heck is it doing? Yes, update. Why is it doing that? It's trying to autofill. And I don't know if it's because of the there. So take your token, then come back over here, and you put your token in here. Bam. Save it. Save all. So this gets it so that you can now join your server. We have it so that it is logged in on the and putting in the log in the console there. So now if we come over here and we run node index.js, right? Okay, so now the bot's running. Now we need to invite the bot to our server. So I'm just going to do this real quick so you can see it. So integer 8, right? No big deal there. Doot, 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 doot. And we're going to go down here. And we need to go over here. And we're going to do, because we need to do a bot invite. So see, now it's logged into Discord. We haven't had it join our server yet. So this is just logging into Discord. So now that it's running, we come back over here. I'll bring you back to the guide so you can see how to get it to actually join a server and do different things. So that's what we have so far. Now that it's joined, we come back over here. It's in Discord. Now to create a slash command, right? So we're going to create a slash command. We have our bot, we have node modules, our config, our index, our package.json. That's what it looks like so far. Individual command files. Okay. So this is where you should put all of your commands. So in here, we want to go and create a new folder. And we want to call it COMMANDS. All right. And inside this one, we want to create a new folder called utility. So now we have commands utility, and it's created those folders for us. See, commands utility. It's created those for us, so we don't have to do that if we're using Atom. If you're not using Atom, you have to manually do that in your folders, unless your editor allows you to do it. Brittany, let me double check. It might be under Cloudflare issue. Dun, dun, dun. Cloudflare's checking those things real quick. I'm going to go back over to check on the domain real quick to make sure that it is pointing to Cloudflare. Domain management. And we want Mindu Valley, DNS. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want Mindu Valley details. Okay, so yes, it is pointing to Cloudflare. So I just told Cloudflare to update. It might take a minute. Check my email. Cloudflare is updating. Yay. Okay, so now it should show up. So just to test this, Brittany, we're going to do, oops, helps if I spell it right. Okay, so I'm going into Cloudflare so you can see it on my screen. Do, 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 do. There we go. And then it was Mindu Valley. That one there. See, Cloudflare's working, it says. So, on your computer. So let's see, Mindu Valley. Let me check the server real quick. Oh, okay. I see why the website's not loading. There we go. Close. Close. Control. So let's do this. Advanced. Proceed. Another Authy thing. Yes, I use two-factor authentication for almost anything I can. I don't want people being able to get access to any of my stuff. Invalid verification code. There it goes. And websites. List websites. Do I have my Do Valley done already? Let me go to my chat. Nope, I don't. So we're going to create a website. I'm going to select my package. I am owner. That. We want SSL, DKIM. Create website. Setting up my SSL. While we're waiting for that, Brittany, this is what you are going to want to do. Right-click your Windows button. Wait, I should ask first. Are you on Windows 11? Because depending on how you're doing it, it should work on Windows 10 or Windows 11. But you're going to right-click the Windows button. So right-click it. You should see a menu like this. And you're going to want Run. And type in CMD. And hit Enter. You should see a screen like this. Then you're going to type in IP config space / flush DNS. What this is going to do is it's going to force your computer to look for the new IP address. You should see a verification saying that successfully flushed the DNS resolver cache. If you see that, you're good to go. So now I'm going to close it. I'm going to go back over here to my browser. And I'm going to try the website again. See, it forced it to refresh. So when it does that, it will force it to refresh and you should be able to log into the I can. So let me do that right now. Discord, Brittany. So right click Windows button. Select run. Well, you could do that, or you could do either terminal or terminal admin. But you can do it from just terminal. So if you select terminal, it'll pop up that same screen. And then I send it to you in quotes. You only want the part that is in between the quotes for that command. Oh, I have my slash the wrong way. That's why I did that. If it pops up a whole bunch of errors like that, switch the slash around. Let me edit that in Discord for you. I think I sent you the wrong one. Yeah, I have the slash the wrong way for you. There you go. I edited it. So now you have the right command to copy and paste. That is just so that you can connect. What it's doing is it's forcing it to look for the IP again. Right now you have a cached on your system, so it's going to try to find the one that's not connecting. It's the same information, but it's just because the domain expired for a minute, it's going to force it to help look. And now that the Crazycraft is updated, I'm going to connect to it to show you that it's still accessible. And you should still be op. So we'll wait for that to load. We're going to come back over here. So we did our commands, we did our utility, right? Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come over here. Since we have the information we need from this, we don't even need this anymore. So bloop, done. We're going to come over here and slash command builder helps you make the command. Right? So we want to name the file ping.js. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to create a new file. And we want it to be ping.js. So there we go. So this is just the ping pong command. So this right here, this is a constant variable called slash command builder, and it requires discord.js. So now since it's importing discord.js, it's going to have a module that is already in discord.js called /command builder. This is a command. So it is doing the data is exporting /command builder command. We're setting the name of ping. We're setting the description, replies with Pong. Then we are going to actually tell it that that is exactly what it's doing. So we tell it to execute the interaction and await the interaction, reply Pong. Okay. So that's just the ping. Now that we have that one set, we're going to save that file. Now we've got a couple new things we need to do. We need to access the user and the server. So we have to add it to a server. So these are going to be built throughout the guide, and we're going to be using them. So 2 more files before we continue reading. We're going to create command utility user. So we're going to go utility, new file, user.js, and then we're going to go new file, server.js. We're going to add both of those files and copy this over, because basically this is what we're going to be using to show the different commands and how we're actually going to make them. So file, so that's the user, and this is server. What this does is these are very, very base skeleton files. And what we're going to do is we're going to save all. So now we have ping, we have server, and we have user. This is going to be all the commands that are going to be applying to the user. So this is going to be all the user information. What this is going to do is this is going to directly connect to my database. And when we add a Twitch connection to the user that is not an actual Discord connection, so like under Discord, you know, if we look at Discord, we can look at our user settings for our connections. Okay, I'm going to disable that because I want to show you the connections. If I do go into connections, bloop, there we go. It shows all of my different connections. Not everybody has all this, right? So we want to make sure we are getting the information related to the user connected the way that we need it to. So we're going to go and use this to interact with our database to be able to put the information related to that specific user into the database and retrieve the information from the database. And then this is going to be all the stuff that has to do with the actual server that it's joined. So this is going to be server identification, stuff like that. So that way, when it's actually joins the Discord server, it knows and can keep separate databases based on the server it's joined. So if I add it to my Discord server, all of the settings and everything that's in that database is going to only apply to my server. If I have it join to the Waco Mundo server, it'll only have the settings related to Waco Mundo. If I want to create it so that it is global across all servers, I can also do that in this server.js file by differentiating between the servers, I can also create a global database that any of the servers can access once they've authorized it. We want to make it so that that server has to authorize a global information. And that's the best way to handle things. So that way we are not forcing people to share their user information with other servers. They have to opt in order to share that information with the global database. So this is just a very skeleton application. We're going to go through and actually work on the code for all of this over multiple streams. You know what? My wife never called me and never told me she made it home, so I was just checking on her. Oh, look, Minecraft finally loaded. Oh, making me sign in again. Oh. Let's go. There we go. Dismiss. Okay, so Crazycraft updated. Java Edition. The heck do you mean that it's incompatible with this launcher? The game has crashed. There we go. And you can, Brittany, when you install this stuff. Okay. So instead, click on the run. And type in. Here, I'll send you updated instructions since you can't find terminal. Do you see something that says command prompt? I mean, you could try connecting to Minecraft without doing that to see if it works. It might have been long enough. It might have updated. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of doing multiple things at once here. Normally, I wouldn't be doing all of this at once, but okay. So, back over here to the command handling. So, loading command files. This is where we load the external files. Okay. So, in our index.js, right? So, this file right here, we already have a bunch of stuff in here. So, under token, right, we're going to need to identify several things. We're going to need to identify a constant variable called fs, which is file system, equals require node file system. Okay. Then we also have to do a path because we need to be able to look up everything via the file system. Require node path. Now, this is the fun part. We already have constant client up right here. We have a client, new client, intents, gateway intent bits, guilds, right? We already have that, right? Now we actually have to go and define a client array. That was that was really loud, Minecraft. Let's make sure this connects. Minecraft is loading. I might need to update how much RAM it's using. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Proof's in the pudding. But there you go, Brittany. It's running. It says incompatible, but it's running. There you go. If you see any ants, do not click on them. There you go. Okay, so now back to what we were doing. So with the command files, we need to create some information, right? These two lines should actually be at the top. Because we want those to happen before everything else, right? And then underneath this one, we want to add a new line. Then we want to do client dot commands space equals new collection. Okay. So what this does is this allows us to add to the commands that everybody can use. Right? Now we need to actually retrieve those commands. So under this collection, we're going to put all of this. So folders path, directory name, commands. So see, it's grabbing this folder right here. So commands folders. So everything in this commands folders, it's going to actually look, and it's going to say for every folder in commands folder, right? We're constructing a new command path. So path.join folders path folder. So now it's saying commands utility. So it's putting them together right there. And then the command files is where you're going to read that folder and add all of the files that end with JS. So 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's creating an array with all the files that are in that folder. So now this says that it's going to look in the commands folder. It's grabbing all of the folders that are underneath it and files. And then for every folder that's in there, it's going to go grab that folder and all the files that are in that folder. Okay? Then it comes down here and it says that it's going to require, so command is going to require that. So it's now going to load those, right? If data in command and execute is in command, so if there's a data and an execute, it's going to create that. Otherwise, it's going to launch an error in the console saying that it doesn't have any data or an execute. So in ping, it has data and an execute. In server, it has data and an execute. In user, it has data and an execute. So in each one, it has data and execute. So that's how we're going to set up every single one of our commands. So all of our new commands can go into a new folder that's for each thing that for each command type that we want to add. So back to index.js, we see that that's what it's doing. Now to receive command interactions. So now we need to place this little bit of code here to let it know that we are now going to grab the information, right? So we already have the client once, right? Click ready client, ready logged in. So we already know that the client's ready, we're ready to go, right? We are going to do down here, I'm going to actually create a comment. So / add command interaction logging and responses. So now it's saying, okay, the client is on So for all the interactions create, we're going to log the interaction. Under that, not every interaction is a slash command, right? So to be sure that we handle our slash commands only, right? So I will receive an interaction for every slash command executed. To respond to the command, you need to create a listener. So we created the listener. Right? This is the listener.
Is this the lady with the moniker Meep?
Meep. Okay, yeah, Brittany, we can definitely try to figure that out. So now what we want to do is we want to restrict it. So here we're going to actually go in here and we're going to do an if command. If the interaction is not, that's what the exclamation point is. So if not interaction dot is chat input command, so basically what this line here will do is if it is not a chat command, if it is not a slash command, it is going to ignore it because it doesn't need to respond if it's not a command, right? Now, great, it's listening for the commands. But how do we know what commands it actually needs? This is where we're going to do our module exports. So if you look at the ping, right, the execute function replies to the interaction with a pong. Right there, right? Now we need to get a matching command from the client commands collection based on the command name. So, right, the client instance is available via interaction client. If no matching command is found, log an error to the console and ignore the event. Right? So we already have if the interaction is not a command, we're going to ignore it. Right? Now we have a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to do. So we have client event, interaction create, interaction, right? Now, underneath that, we got a whole bunch of stuff to do. We're going to take everything from these lines right here, and we're going to add it here. So basically what we're doing now is we no longer we're not logging the interaction anymore because we don't need to log the interaction, right? We only need to check the interaction and react to the interaction. So we're going to take that log interaction and delete it. So now what we have here is we have, if it is not a command, we're going to ignore it. And then we're going to take the command, right? So we're going to take interaction client commands get interaction command name. So What this is doing, they could type in whatever command that they want. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. We're going to take the command name and check to see if it exists. So they could type whatever / command they want. If it doesn't exist, we're going to log an error to the console and quit. We're not even going to respond to the user. If it does exist, we're going to try the command. So we're going to command execute, right? Otherwise, we're going to log an error if it didn't respond. So if interaction is replied to, or if the interaction is deferred, we're going to say there's an error, only if there's an error, right? Otherwise, we're going to say, we don't know what the heck happened. So now we have the commands ready. We have everything going for the first part of it. And then we're going to go down here. It's command registering. So it says it needs the applications.command scope. Okay, we already did that. So now we have guild commands. Yay! Create a deploy-commands.js file in your project directory, right? Great. So now we have to go in here, new file, and we want a deploy-commands.js. We're not doing anything with that yet. We're going to come over to our config. Remember how I told you that we had to do a comma and then a new thing? So now we have comma, client ID, this is, again, we're going to need to get that from the Discord developer thing, comma, and guild ID. What this does is this locks it to your server. So I have to go over here to Discord, right? And I'm going to do it for my guild just so that I'm telling it what one to join, right? So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go over here, and I need to copy my server ID. So copy server ID. So that goes here. So that's telling it what server to join. And the client ID, I need that from my application ID, so I have to go back over to my Discord developer. And we want Wacobot. And we have to go over to our general information, application ID, client ID, public key, client ID. And that has to go in here. And again, we're going to save everything so we don't lose our progress. So you got that. now that those are there, now we can go ahead and change that deployment script and add all of this stuff. So we go over here to deploy commands, file, save all. Okay, so now that all of that is done, right, I can run node deploy commands.js. Right, so we're going to come back over here. We're going to go node deploy dash commands.js. Up, right there, Discord API, missing access. So now we have to go over here to figure out what is going on. Why do I not have access, right? So it says it's in 0 servers. It didn't actually join the server. Oh, I got to get it to join the server. So node index.js. Await is only valid in async functions in the top level bodies of modules, index.js. So this is the resulting code of the whole thing, right? So we're going to download this little bit right here. Event handling. So these are the resulting files, right? So this is where we're at right now. We're in command deployment. So right now, these are what my files should look like. We're going to save this to save this to I don't need config JSON because we already have that. So that's everything should be the way they need to be. So if I do this, go back here, says missing access. Oh, I haven't added the bot yet. I have to approve the bot before I'm ready. So we need to go back to the developer portal, right? And we got the bot permissions. So right now it needs so we're going to do this right here. Your bot application, right? We already set up the bot application. The basic version looks like this. Blah, blah, blah. So this is the OAuth 2, client ID, permissions, and scope, right? So if we go over here to OAuth, we have to add a redirect. You must specify at least one URI for authentication to work. So if you get an error message saying bot requires a code grant, nope, it just says that it's that. Creating and using your invite link. To create the invite link, head back to the apps under applications. The sidebar OAuth 2, select the bot application commands option, right? So if we're over here, authorization method, don't need that. URL generator, right? And we need the applications.commands. This is just right now for the commands, right? So that's it. Oh, and bot. So we have to come over here, select bot and application.commands. This is the basic right now. When I'm done, it's going to require almost all of these. The only thing it won't require is probably voice, right? So bot permissions. I'm just going to do that because it'll be easier. And then copy, right? Then, now that we have that already, we have to go over here, paste that link that I created. We're going to select the server. So I'm going to go to my server, continue, authorize. Probably going to ask me for my, yep. I made it so I can't do anything without authorizing it via two-factor. Bam. The bot has been added to my gaming. So now if I go over to Discord, right? And I'm in here. Oh. So now, new users. Hey, WacoBot. My bot has joined the server now. So, now that the bot has joined the server, now we can go back up and run the command deploy. There we go. Now that the command deploy has worked, right? We come back over here. I should be able to go to general. Bot commands will work too. And hit slash, right? So those are all the commands that are deployed. Wait a minute. I just saw a WacoBot. And look, ping, server, user. Ping. Okay. Bam. The application did not respond. I wonder why the application didn't respond. That's because I didn't run it yet. So now that the commands are deployed, we got to run the bot. Ready? Logged in. So now that we're logged in, we can come back over to Discord. Now we're going to run the ping command. Right? Hey, look. WacoBot responded with Pong. We also have slash user. Helps if I do the right direction on the user command. Hey, look, I joined way back in 2021. So as of right now, we have a join date of when we joined this server. That's great information to know, right? So now that we have that, we also need to do, we can also check slash server, right? So server is Twixtix Gaming and that's 54 members. So this is just telling you that with just the basic amount of code that we've added so far, we have a lot of information available to us. So server, this server is the guild name and the guild member count. And the user was run by this member joined at. So it has quite a bit of information that we're getting access to so far, right? So now that we're there, the bot's been added, everything's handling. Now we need to do event handling. We've registered the slash commands. Now we're getting ready. Now we want to separate our event handling. So we have our utility commands, right? We have our index.js. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to take our event handling and we're going to separate them completely. So now we're going to do a new folder. and we want events. And the reason why we're doing this is because as we separate all this stuff, we're able to break everything down to a modular format, which allows us to create those shards and create the modules so that if one piece fails, the whole thing doesn't. Step Dog, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Sorry about the late response. I just noticed that. I got a lot of screens going on, as you can see. So we're gonna do shout out to Stepdog TTV. Bam! Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Woof woof. So now we're creating a new folder called events. In case you didn't know and you're all just coming into this, I am going through how to make a Discord bot. Right now we're just going through the basics, and probably within the next stream or two, all of these will be videos on demand that will be available via my website, Twitch, and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to create an actual full-fledged bot that is going to handle a lot of different functionalities. One of the things it's going to do is it's going to be replacing the Me6 bot for XP and for the experience and levels and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm directly tying it to a Twitch bot that I'm also going to make, which is going to add a channel points for XP redeem to where you can directly redeem channel points from watching on Twitch to the Discord server, which will allow you to get different benefits and things through Discord. So the way it's going to work is if you're a member of the Discord server and you have, say you come to my channel, the bot's there, it's going to know exactly how much watch time you have for every stream. And what that's going to do is I'm building this for a server called Waco Mundo, and what we are is we are a streamer community server. So we support each other. So when one of us is streaming, a lot of us will go and show our support. And by showing that support, we, bring up a tab. We keep that streamer up so that we leave that lurk so that they count as a watch, stuff like that. And what this bot is doing is kind of building more accountability into it, because you can go and say, oh, I supported so and so in the server, but if you only showed up for 30 seconds and left, showed up, said hi, and then gone, it doesn't really do anything for our Twitch numbers and all that stuff for the algorithms. So this is holding people more accountable to where if you say you supported somebody, it's going to say, hey, you supported by watching for 30 seconds. You supported by watching for 30 minutes. You supported by watching for a lot of different things. Awesome, Stepdog. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what my run's going to look like tomorrow, but I might be on tomorrow night for you to play some DBD if you're available. I might even switch to DBD a little bit after this stream. But I'm teaching people how to, basically do the very basics, and then eventually this will kind of turn into this huge thing. Absolutely, Stepdog. If you weren't going to bed, to be honest, I'd probably kick over to do a little bit of DBD. But right now I'm going to do, I'm just going to finish up this little tutorial, and then I'm going to switch over to DBD. So there's a whole ton of stuff that is just insane that you can do with different bots. So like, okay, right here it says you can do sharding. Well, sharding basically makes it so that you can do it's only required at 2,500 Discord servers. Obviously, I don't have to worry about sharding this bot with only one server, but that doesn't mean that it can't go bigger. I could make the same exact bot and turn it into a sharded one that other communities can use. Um, So basically what sharding means is even though it's the same single bot, it is running on multiple servers and separate processes or threads. So if I have a server that has 8 processors that can run 16 cores or threads, or 8 cores and 16 threads, I want to be able to handle to use all of those cores, all of those threads, and be able to running it. If you run it onto multiple machines and containers, it is still called sharding, but at that point, it is a client constructor. So we're good. And basically, what happens is every time it launches a new shard, it identifies itself with a shard ID number. And the main bot basically acts as a manager. And it says, okay, you handle this, you handle that. And we go back and forth. Absolutely, Stepdog. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that. Believe me, I really do. And I appreciate the drop in. It helps out. I might actually switch over to do some DVD here in a minute and finish up the tutorial another day. Just because I am getting tired. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I might even just end the stream there and then maybe play some DVD tomorrow because I have a lot of things going on and I have to be up to drive tomorrow. So I actually think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it right here. And we are on. Right now, we are currently in event handling. So what we'll do is we'll take this at event handling and we'll process all that later on how to do that. Actually, you know, I'll do that one so that way the basic part of the bot is done and then I can do work on the additional features like how to create cooldowns, reloading of commands, how to add new commands, change commands, how to change response methods if it's a direct to the user, if it is a user only within the server, as in a DM or a private only visible in the server to them, or if it is how to go to advanced commands and way beyond that. So with the event handling, we're going to go to event files, and we're going to create our individual event files. So event ready.js, right? We're going to go to events. We're going to create a new file, and we're going to do ready.js. And we're going to take this little bit of code here, and we're going to put it in here. And basically what that is, if you look at that, right, I got index up here. So we're going to take index and drag it over here. And this little part right here, it says construction events require Discord.js module exports, name events client ready, true once, execute client ready to log in, right? If you notice, that is exactly what is here. Right? Client once, events client ready, events client ready, ready client, execute client, console log, ready logged in. So what this is doing is this is literally creating this over here in its own file. And this is, it makes it so that you are literally able to break down all your different events. So since that is already, since we now have this here, we don't need this here. So we're going to take this and we're going to go, bye-bye. No more. Don't have to worry about it anymore, right? Now, we got the ready, but now we have to do interaction create. So we're going to do a new file, and we're going to do interaction create, right? interaction.create.js. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this code right here, if it wants to not like scroll everything on me. So we have this code, and we're going to go put it over in this. Okay, so now what that's doing, we're going to put this over here. Right? Oh, okay, that is weird. I don't know why that did that. So that is not what I wanted to do. There we go. So now we have, again, events require discord.js. Module exports, we have name as events.interactive-create. So right here, interactive create, execute interaction, right, for the async.
Is this the lady with the moniker Meep?
Meep. Awesome. Thank you so much, Out of Control. That's absolutely awesome that you keep meeping. So as you can see, everything here is the same as everything here. It's just typed a little bit differently. So it has this is this. So it says async interaction, right? So it's handling all of this. So we don't need this in there anymore either. So bye-bye, right? Now here's the problem. We just removed it from index, right? How does it know to go get those event files? Well, that's actually pretty easy. So this is what our index file should look like. So constant fs, path, client, token, client commands, client folders, command folders. Okay, so far we have everything ready. And then for the constant folders of command folders, so that's how it gets all that, right? We have everything matches so far. Now, reading the event files. We have to add, similar to the command handler, we have to place all of the new code into our index file. So all of this right here is going to go through it's going to pull open the events folder. It's going to read the events folder. And if there's a folder there, it's going to grab it. So we're looking at all the files. We're going to filter it. We're going to add it to the thing, and we're going to load it. So we're going to take this, and we're going to put it right here. So now we've separated the events and the commands from the file. We're going to come back over here. We're going to go back up. We're now going to reload our bot. Hey, look at that. Our bot's reactive. But now, if you notice, everything's separated. So we don't have, if we come back over here, there should be /ping Pong. The bot responded. So the bot is still doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, but it's now broken down to a modularized format. Right? So we've got all of our event handling so far. We've got all of our commands so far. And everything's ready to go. So now that we have everything ready to go, we are going to go on the stream here. And when I resume, we're going to add in cooldowns, how to reload commands, all the different command response methods, autocompletes, how to do different messages for different things going on. So there's going to be a lot going on. So make sure you guys join me for the next coding stream, and you guys will watch kind of what's going on. Now that I've kind of taught people how to do a little bit of it, I'm going to go into some more advanced programming to actually create the databasing and stuff like that for this bot. So that way, when I am done with it, we will have a working bot that will do the experience and the different things that we wanted to do with Discord. It's not an easy thing to do. It does take time to develop, especially with me trying to explain it all to you guys. If I were to do this on my own, what just took me several hours to explain to you guys via Twitch and all the other streaming platforms is actually going to be, it would take, I'd say, probably 6 or 7 hours total of coding in my time because I know what I'm doing. So it will take a little bit less time for me because I already know how to program in Node. I already know the language and how it works. I know the functionality I want to create. So having all that together is
on a phone or tablet.
quiet. That was my Google Home. Yes, it is JavaScript, but it is Node JavaScript. So if you look at all the source code, right, this is all the different, this is all written in JavaScript. So my index.js, right, is just a small piece of code. So this is all the constants and stuff like that. And then the real thing, this is the part that really takes the cake. So we are using an already created JavaScript application. So this package, discord.js, it already has all of the client JS. So if you look at this, this is insane and everything that it requires. This is all coding that has already been done for us. This is creating a skeleton for our application. And our application literally is just kind of filling in the missing pieces. So like right here, this is a whole WebSocket. This is a program that literally just listens to what you tell it to do. So it puts it up and creates a port and then connects to the server and waits for everything to handle itself. So this is how it handles voice. It can connect to the voice channels and then create a payload and connect that to the voice. So there's a lot of things that are already pre-programmed for us. Different managers, application command manager. So this is how all of our commands are sent to Discord, and it knows that they're commands. There's tons of different things on here. Stuff that's already been created that we don't have to worry about trying to reinvent the wheel. So like this is the index file of the discord.js. So if you look at it, it says that it requires exports, which is going to have TS-lib, which is another library file. Which, if you look down here, QRST TS-lib. So discord.js is using strict. So it only wants it to, if there's any errors, it will crash. It's requiring TS-lib, which is this entire thing of modules, this whole thing, right? And then it also comes up here and says, out of these, I need client, base client. So client, base client, client, sharding. So all of these requires is just basically saying that it's this file without the JS. So each time it says requires, so okay, requires TS-lib. Well, TS-lib is a whole library, so it includes that entire folder. This is saying I'm requiring a specific file, .client base client. So it's saying, okay, there's a folder called client, and there's the base client file. So we don't have to add the JS. It would work the same if you did put that JS in there, but you don't need it. So these are all different things that it's building upon to make our job, to make this bot 1,000 times easier. So with Discord.js, most of our work is already done. By installing Discord.js, it installs all of these extra packages that it needs and requires to work. So color name, color converts, deep, Discord API, escaping and ESLinting. We added ESLinting on our own, but it does escaping, which allows us to sanitize our input and output. Then there's cacheing, tons of different functionality that this whole thing has to be able to add. Remember how I said we were requiring path and stuff like that? That's all in here. So there's a lot of, sorry about that, Jan. There's a lot of functionality that's already added. So when we do it, we don't actually need any of the extra stuff because it's already made. So basically what we're doing is we're baking a cake, or okay, let's put a good analogy is we're making a pie, but the crust is already made. The pie fillings, we have a lot to choose from. And we're kind of basically taking the pieces that we want and adding our own special ingredients. So imagine making an apple pie, but we're adding the cinnamon, we're adding the sugar, we're adding all the little things that make it special. Other than that, an apple is an apple. So that's kind of the filling. We're taking all the apple pieces from the other stuff that's already been made, and we're literally just adding the little bits of things that make our pie different than everybody else's. So, you know, that little bit of cinnamon, that little bit of sugar. Hey, today I'm going to add tequila. Tomorrow I might add, you know, a vodka, or I might add a schnapps, or, you know, something to kind of give it the spice and difference that it needs to be, so that it's not like every other bot out there. So for us, it's literally our commands and our functionality. It's still going to be a pie in the end, but how it tastes and how it, you know, makes it different. Do 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 do. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to rate out who from Waco is on. So is anybody on from Waco? So we're going to actually open up Discord real quick. We're going to go into the Waco Mundo server. And we are going to go see if see if anybody's live. Let's see, affiliate going live. Deep Killers live, Onputs live. At least these are people that should be live. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go raid Steady Emotion.
Fuck. What the? How do you go from... I don't know, man. That's crazy.
We're gonna give Steady Emotions a raid. And then I'm
What we
going
got
to do
next?
some
What we
more
got
work on the bots live for you guys to see
No.
next time around. But I am going to be doing some work behind the scenes to get the bot ready, and then I'm just going to kind of show you how I got to those stages.
If I completed that. Yeah, no, we chugging.
So you all have a good one. Remember, take care of
Lord.
yourself mentally and physically. If you need a break, take a break. Don't forget
Hold
to
up.
hydrate.
Wait a minute.
You know, just take care of yourself.
I like how I put
all
on
the way
my
around.
thing. Specifically,
And
it
we'll
says...
catch you next time.
What does it say? I chug a beer within a minute. I can't shotgun anymore. LOL. Dude. Just out here like, hey man, I'm not that guy anymore, but I'll chug. Alright. I probably could wear some